the Southern Cameroons. Under British administration now Ambazonia, La République du Cameroun conspired with other France-Afrique countries except Mali, and they jointly voted against UN General Assembly Resolution 1608 of 21st April, 1961 that set October 1st, 1961 as the day of the independence of the territory. Point 2. The aspiration of the Ambazonian people was for their independence and sovereignty. The United Nations failed to respect the aspiration of our people and violated the fundamental right of all peoples to sovereignty as affirmed in UN General Assembly Resolution 1514 of December 1960 by not including the option of the people of Ambazonia attaining independence by emergence as a sovereign state in the plebiscite of 11 February 1961. The United Nations, however, required in operative paragraph 5 of UN General Assembly Resolution 1608 that before the independence of Ambazonia and its in July 1961 and the Yaoundé Conference in 1961, failing to establish any duly executed, legally binding union treaty between La République du Cameroun and the erstwhile UN Trust territory of the Southern Cameroons. The government of Cameroon moved in its troop and illegally occupied Ambazonia in annexationist style on September 1961, without the consent of the Ambazonian people, duly ratified by their legitimate House of Assembly, Parliament. It must then be affirmed that Ambazonia is not a territory of La République du Cameroun. Point 3. The government of La République du Cameroun, faced with the collapse of the Fumban in the Yaoundé Union talks in 1961, crafted a constitution without the consent of the legitimate and internationally recognized government of Southern Cameroons, or Kiranoa, which it styled the Federal Constitution, that was adopted only by the Parliament of La République du Cameroun and never approved by the Southern Cameroon's House of Assembly. La République du Cameroun, upon its illegal occupation of Ambazonia, imposed this constitution upon the Ambazonian people without approval by the legitimate Ambazonian Parliament. That country then instrumentalized the imposed constitution, amended and abolished it with crookery as it willed, and adopted other similar annexationist ordinances to progressively accomplish its scheme of the full annexation and illegal occupation of the Ambazonia territory.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is the Ambazonia Independence Manifesto.
Upcoming woman of God.
Everybody, we should plead that we should be flexible when one person is having this. Other people should try to fill in. That way we're not having lots of gaps. Thank you. Okay. Thanks everyone for being here. This is a day of days. We all know that nothing good comes easy.
Let's move on, please.
SJ, are you on so I can?
Yeah, I'm on. Are you ready to get on?
Yeah, I could hold on for Reverend John and he'll be back.
Yeah,
I was just saying that let's hang in there. Nothing good comes easy. You know, it doesn't mean that every good thing has to have a sign of obstacle, but we are coming from a place where we know how to break through limitations and barriers and pass on our intent and have our goal and our purpose accomplished. And that's the spirit of Ambazonians. And so while we are waiting for Reverend John to get connected back, we're going to get back into our Independence Manifesto. I would like for the communication department to play some of the pre-recorded preludes into our manifesto. Thank you.
Okay, while communication is doing that, woman of God, I'll step in for Reverend John until he comes back. You and I, we can just continue with the coordination. But unfortunately, I'll not be on camera.
Tyranny, La République du Cameroun has imposed a number of unelected men and women as presidentially appointed senators over the Ambazonian people, and has, through these classes of crumbs, eaters and enablers of modern colonialism, imposed its legislative will over the Ambazonian people in contravention of democracy. Point 8. In the continuous pursuit of its system of impositions and anarchy, La République du Cameroun has erected a multitude of officers, at the top of which is a class of imposed governors, senior divisional officers and other officers as territorial administrators, and sent hither swamps of kleptocrats and kakistocrats to rule over Ambazonians in every area of their society without their consent. And these imposed officers have perpetually harassed Ambazonians, seized their lands, sealed their shops at will, ordered them to vacate their villages, extorted money from the people, and ordered their illegal arrests and detention, torture and killings to the delight of La République du Cameroun government. Point 9. The people of Ambazonia have rejected governance under La République du Cameroun and delegitimized the authority of La République du Cameroun over them in multiple ways, including, but not limited to, observing ghost towns for years against the dictates of the La République du Cameroun government, and in a supreme great majority refusing to participate in any elections organized by the La République du Cameroun government. La République du Cameroun, finding itself so delegitimized, has selected a few traitors and faked and frauded public participation in their elections, all in an effort to deceive the world that the Ambazonian people are possessed of the Cameroon government representing them. Conscious and guilty that it has been rejected by the Ambazonian people, it has refused to consent to the challenge of a free and fair referendum on the singular question of whether the Ambazonian people want to be sovereign in a country of their own or not. In this wise has the La République du Cameroun continued to impose itself on the Ambazonian people by force, and without the free and conscious consent of the people of Ambazonia. Point.
Thank you very much, technical support for all the maneuvers you are having in the background. We will continue with the program, and we'll have the peers and women of God to support Reverend John when he has issues. First of all, I want to welcome the PM of Biafra, who is here with his delegation. As you all know, the Ambazonia Governing Council has very important alliance with the Biafran Republic government in exile, and the current PM is here with his delegation. So he will be coming in at some point at the beginning when we have guest speakers. So we will move on from where Reverend John stopped. I think we're supposed to move on to the next point,
Speaker, yeah.
which was
Okay, Elchi, thank you very much. We'll
the
take it from there.
collaboration. Please,
Yes. Thank you, sir.
yeah.
Thank you,
Either
woman
one
of God. Okay. Thank you, woman of
Thank
God,
you,
for holding the line. And thank you very
Mhm.
much, SG, for giving us that wonderful monologue for this independent manifesto. And once again, I want to welcome everybody on board today. Today, indeed, like the Vice President said, will forever go down in the history of Ambazonia and the history of the war as we mark it as the independence, the launch of the Ambazonia Independence Day. No longer the scam or the charade that is being paraded in La République du Cameroun in the name of 11 February. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we welcome you, our international guests. We are very honored to have you amongst us. And we are so delighted to know that you can take out time to be here with us. A lot has been said, and I will not want to drag this program longer than it is already because we know people are busy. Next on our list is going to be the head of Republic of Ambazonia. We want to invite him to come in to give us a strategic and collaborative perspective on this, on the Ambazonia Independent Manifesto and a broader perspective on collaboration within the Ambazonian structure and the way forward. So with that, I would like to welcome Comrade Edwin to give us maximum 5 minutes on this aspect of strategic and collaborative perspective on the manifesto. Comrade Edwin, if you're here with us, you're highly welcome. And for those who don't know who he is, like I said, he's the head of the Republic of Ambazonia.
Oh, thank you for this invitation. Thank you, Ego C, for this very great occasion of getting our people, both in Ground Zero and the diaspora, to begin the process of rejecting the colonizing Cameroonian mentality. By the way, my name is Edwin Gang. I am just an agent of the Republic of Ambazonia. And by that, I mean, I am one of the advocates of our sovereign state that has already been constitutionally and legally established under courts, both domestic and international. These are facts that are indisputable, and Cameroon dreads the day our revolution, the noble Ambazonian revolution, will coagulate under what we have been calling the sovereignty doctrine. with regards to the strategic collaboration perspectives, I'd like just to read this little note that I jotted down momentarily. I believe the first thing of order, and it has already been said by all the previous speakers, but we must reject the Cameroonian nationalism. We must rebel against the mentality of Cameroon. And that starts by what we do as the revolution. And I can say that there are certain things that we needed to have done as a people through their representatives, because the masses, the Ambazonian masses, thank God for the Ambazonian people, the brave, valiant Amazonian people, like being manifested in Ground Zero by our brave Amba fighters. They have always gotten things right the first time. I like that our perspective moving forward, when you make a declaration like a manifesto, you're almost like cleaning board. You're saying you're resetting this thing, you're starting from afresh. You are telling the world just what the problem should be defined, and who, at the same time, you are telling what the solution should be. At the same time, you are telling the world who you are and who you should never be misidentified with. These are everything that our noble Ambazonian revolution has not properly articulated throughout its evolution. Not because people were mischievous, but mainly because people were ignorant of certain facts, as we have found out. But lately in our current times, like now, we are in a very dire straits. We're in dire straits because our revolution has been preemptively infiltrated by the forces that do not want the independence of our people being actualized. Like when they went on the streets on that September 22nd in Ground Zero and shouted, "Ambazonia has risen to fall no more." Or on November 22nd, 2016, at the Coffin Revolution in Bamenda Commercial Avenue, when you heard that shout from the crowd, "Long live Ambazonia," it wasn't prompted by any politician from the diaspora with PhDs. These are our natural, hardcore Ambazonian people, the youths of Ambazonia who want to see revive their country that was not properly installed by the leaders as far back as in 1960. We don't need to go back to the history, but we know that the history, as it was presented, and as some of the clips have shown, we were supposed to have formed a confederation, albeit a very terrible mistake, because you can only confederate when you have your sovereign state. And since none of that was established constitutionally, what eventually happened was annexation, pure and simple. So now we have endured annexation until our people rebelled, like we have now seen, and have taken up armed struggle. But my call for reviewing our moving forward is that we ought to have been doing better than what we are doing. We ought to be miles away ahead. We ought to have secured sovereignty recognition. And the reason none of this has happened is because of what I said, the preemptive infiltration of our revolution by La Republique and its pan-Cameroon agents, and there are many of them. There are many of them masquerading as Ambazonians. Some speak Ambazonian language better than you and I. We must be conscious of that. So I like the fact that we are now conscious that everything Cameroon is an anathema. We should be allergic to the word Cameroon, to anything Cameroonian, unless it is asterized, unless you can assign some historic context to the word Cameroon. We should reject that word because it is the word that confused our leaders and still is confusing some of the leaders today to not understand that trusteeship termination amounted to independence for that trusteeship, to which Foncha, elected on January 30th, 1959, was already the president of Republic of Southern Cameroon. Thereafter, he was engaged with the president of Republic of Cameroon in bilateral talks from October 1960 to December 1960 to form what was called Confederation, as was established by a resolution, the preceding resolution 1352, and we know that 1354 and the rest like that, which was for the plebiscite. I want people, us, when we make a manifesto, we should categorically reject the context that joining Cameroon means we were next. Cameroon has been going out there and promoting that propaganda, and the propaganda feeds on itself because we love the word Cameroon. The sooner we win this battle of the mind by rejecting Cameroon and everything Cameroon, the easier it is to start a new breed of pure Ambazonian independentist folks who understand that joining Cameroon has nothing else except its constitutional context, which was to form a confederation of two sovereign states. Nothing unusual, because at that very moment, you had seated at the United Nations for a sample of a confederation. Belarusia, Ukraine, Georgia, and Russia were members of the Union of the Socialist and Soviet Republics. So nobody should come out here and be telling us that the relationship that was being established, albeit ill-advised and bound to fail, which is the current bilingual experiment, has irremediably failed, and nobody should be proposing any more excuse for fixing it. We should abandon this false experiment, which France and England has not even contemplated. They have not even thought about it. We should abandon it. If you hear of any dialogue and negotiation anywhere in the world, and the premise is premised on anything short of the fact that we should come and propose the peaceful permanent solution, which is where we should be working. And I plead to you all listening out there, especially now that we are in this mode of rejecting Cameroonianness and everything Cameroon, is that whenever you are in a group, do not be full of the context that you must promote an agenda or a strategy if it is tedious. We have tried it from 2017 to 2026. The easiest way for us to get international attention almost tomorrow is for all groups to go out there and publish in their letterhead an endorsement of the peaceful permanent solution, which is predicated on the facts of our case, not on the politics. As I introduced the fact that I'm just an agent. You all are agents of the revolution, who together we are going to now bound to promote this peaceful permanent solution, which calls for recognition of our country that was established by law, Article 76B, when trusteeship was terminated, and when the Confederation was annulled by another law called Restoration Law 84/1 in 1984. So why is Cameroon present still in Ambazonia? The only reason is because of two things. We have not sufficiently promoted our best interests by defining this problem as it should have been. And also, Cameroon has done a terrific job in infiltrating us and sowing confusion so that our ranks are diffuse. If we do that, then the action on the ground is going to change automatically, because let me put it as clear. Nobody wants our brave Amba fighters to be fighting a Pyrrhic war. We do not want to lose not even a single one, but we want to ensure that the next united Ambazonian military force that will be established will be the one that will come from the basis of countries recognizing that Cameroon, this French-speaking country, please go and establish your functional democracy within your units that ends in Mongo. There's no reason for you to keep thinking you must have this English-speaking people. And for us, the Ambazonians who have endured these 70 years of subjugation, we will uplift ourselves and have a future that is the brightest in Africa. But it requires that we must first win this battle of the mind. And it started when we sang that national anthem, saying, "We, the Ambazonian, pledge our loyalty." I beg you. The word Ambazonia should always now have its extension horn that taps into the power, where the world understands how states operate in a modern geopolitical context. Ambazonia alone means zero. Ambazonia, attached to its historicity, its historical, constitutional, and legal context, you will now have to proudly, unapologetically, and repetitively state that country. Some of you were born post 1984. You should have researched and found out that there was a law called Restoration Law, which is the law of extinction and creation of states. If you did your cursory research just by Googling or ChatGPT, you will find out that trusteeship termination amounts to independence for that trusteeship. If you did a little bit of cursory research, you will find out that there's no statute limiting the restitution of justice, and so forth and so forth. I'm bringing in the law and the principles that attaches to our case, the principle of territoriality, which is the sanction, the most precious principle that guides international relationship, attached to the principle that agreements must be kept, must be adopted as part of our mantra moving forward. The agreements which Cameroon signed with Foncha hasn't been annulled. It hasn't expired. It has been inherited by the successor states, which respectively are the Republic of Cameroon and the authentic Republic of Ambazonia. I have to put the word authentic in parentheses because of the infiltration, confusion that has been sowed into our revolution. There are some other factions of, I would call it, fake Republic of Ambazonia spilling out there. Please disregard them because they don't have no standing within the context of the law, and the international community will notice that and will accept our presentation of just the facts. So I'm just going to end this thing by congratulating EGOC, which is the foundational ground zero organization in the Ambazonia revolution, and which has demonstrated its authenticity in pursuing this cause. Please, we need to refresh our strategies. That's why I'm asking you. Strategies are not carved in stone. We must refresh our strategies so that we move together as one united Ambazonian revolution, which will pursue its recognition quest. Remember, the world has to recognize us, our sovereignty. That's why there is the context of recognition. It is not dissimilar to what is happening in other African states, but presidents are happening which are very favorable to us, especially if we put in the geopolitical context of the Horn of Africa, which is now becoming a very, very strategic region that is going to destabilize something in geopolitics. We do not want to involve the Gulf of Guinea in a negative way. So my plea is that let's align ourselves with the right political parties, with the right power alignment in the Gulf of Guinea, so that we do not cause more anxiety within the parties that have very important interests in this region. And make no mistake, if those important geopolitical interests align themselves with La République de Cameroon, our case will be made more difficult. But if we provide them the handle, which is the non-nuclear handle, which is the constitutional message, the legal message that two people came to form a union, and that union has been, albeit ill-advised, has been annulled by the court of law. They are going to say, oh, wait a minute. By the way, Canada cannot even compel Quebec to be in this union. You only need 50,000 signatures to have secessionist ballot in the next election in Quebec. You only need 50,000. That's how democratic Canada has been to a secessionist movement in Quebec. Yet, we found out that Canada was promoting something that was pro-Cameroon. And I stood there and I was wondering, is Canada behaving as if we do not understand what they are doing? The democratic largesse of unveil in Quebec, or do they think we are some subhumans? No, it is not that. It is because they were worried that we are going to collapse into another African genocidal mess, and they were just trying to piece the best case to keep us together. But let me put it clearly. Let's wake up and realize that Cameroon is a different country, just as Republic of Ambazonia is a different country. The task of telling this to the world is not that of Cameroon, it's not that of Nigeria, it's not of United Nations, it is our job. The sooner we coagulate towards presenting that message, the easier it will be for our revolution. Let me put it this way. The easiest course is just do that endorsement. Endorse the peaceful permanent solution, which calls for recognition of our sovereignty or the granting of an exclusive and by exit binary choice referendum. Can you imagine that?
Thank you so much, Comrade Edwin. I know, sorry, I had to step in there. You and I know that if we allow the platform to Comrade Edwin Gang, he will never stop because of the passion he has for Ambazonia. He can talk about this for the next 100 years. I will not get tired. And when you listen to him talk, you can feel the passion, the desire for a free homeland. And this is what he's advocating for every Ambazonia to cleanse their minds, to have a change of mentality, take away everything Cameroon from their mind. It is only when we actually allow Ambazonia to sit, speak, and dine or live in our heads or in our minds that we will truly walk towards that goal to Boya. And we want to appreciate you, Comrade Edwin, for what you've been doing. You've been in this game before, long before many of us came in, and we've gotten a lot of inspiration from you. And we are happy to know that you are still standing, you've not blinked, and you continue to advocate for what is true, and that is the sole independence of Ambazonia. So, ladies and gentlemen, we want to say thank you again. We don't want to keep people here, and we'll just continue just as the program unfolds. And please, when I give you 5 minutes, kindly do well to use that 5 minutes to talk to us. And the next on our list here will be from IGK. When the VP was talking, he mentioned Comrade Ayok Tabe, who was picked up with his group in Nigeria in 2018. IGK, he is the head of IGK. And in the past couple of months, we've been working tirelessly with IGK to make sure that not just the launch of the Ambazonia Independence Manifesto is successful, but other collaborations to see how we can bring Cameroon to the table for negotiation for a free Ambazonia. It's been back and forth, back-to-back work with IGK. And for that, we would like to invite a representative from the IGK to come on board and talk to us about more collaboration and also.
We lost the PS there.
Oh, sorry. I thought my mic, I'm sorry, I accidentally touched my mic. So I just want to call on a representative from the IGK to give us, a more talk, 5-minute talk on solidarity, collaboration, and any other thing that IGK deems fit for us to work with moving forward after the launch of this Ambazonia Independence Manifesto. If we have one of the reps here, we have a lot of them, so I don't know which one will step in, but please kindly do well to step in and talk to us about solidarity and collaboration in terms of this manifesto and moving forward. Thank you.
Please, you can kindly raise your hand so that we can unmute you if you are the representative from IGK. Thank you.
Comdep, while we are waiting on them, I think because we have many of them here, we don't know exactly which one would be. So while we are waiting on them, if the studio can give us maybe an interlude, that would be great. While I try to talk to them behind the scenes. Thank you very much, studio. If we can have home or my home, that would be great. From Atala, or yeah, Atala.
Point 5. In the body polity and in the continuous pursuit of its injurious acts, La République du Cameroun has denied the people of Ambazonia the right to determine their own political life, orchestrating a dubious referendum in 1972, by which it violated its own Article 47 of the 1961 Federal Constitution that it had imposed on the Ambazonian people without their consent, and by it abolished even the unacceptable meager existence of Ambazonia in a state of their own, and thus fully completing its act of occupation and annexation of Ambazonia. Point 6. After Ambazonians had elected their own prime minister and legislators, and La République du Cameroun, being unsatisfied with their choices, opposed them with firmness, dismissed them from office, dismantled the institutions of democracy within which they functioned, and imposed its own hither swamps of appointees to lord it over the elected officials, and impose La République du Cameroun's will on Ambazonians, a total invasion and violation of Ambazonian traditional democratic values.
Okay, thank you very much, studio, for that interlude. And please, do we have the representative of IGK now ready to speak? Please kindly come in. I was still trying to get to them when the studio ended the interlude, so maybe they're here already. If not, then I'm going to move forward and they'll come in whenever they are ready.
Yeah, I think we should move forward to the next speaker and they can always come in when they're ready.
Okay, that is great. I think that's a great idea. Okay. Wow. I am looking forward to the next speaker. And our next speaker here, ladies and gentlemen, will be no other person but our education secretary that we call the EduSec. And our EduSec is somebody just like Comrade Edwin Gang. He speaks with so much passion. And trust me, I'll step in at 10 minutes because if I don't, he will go forever. He's somebody that has so much passion for Ambazonia and has worked tirelessly, especially in the education board, to make sure that Ambazonia gets the best education. Our children, we give our children the best education, but most especially because he has gone through the bronze and the naming of Cameroon. He was locked up, he was brutalized, he was tortured. He went through what La République offers to people who stand against La République. And with that combination, he has been able to come together with other experts to pull together what we are now today launching as the Ambazonia Independence Manifesto. So, Comrade Josie Ebam, if you're here, kindly come in as you present, you give us the synopsis of this Ambazonian Independent Manifesto. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, our most honorable coordinator for this program, distinguished guests, honorable invitees, my dear compatriots, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jusi Abang, the Education Secretary for AGOVC and the Secretary to the Ambazonia Independence Manifesto Launch Committee. The Commission has worked tirelessly and we are here to celebrate the efforts put together. We are grateful that you are here. Thank you for being here. Bear with me. We are some of those people who are in the open dungeons. Our brothers are in jail in the Cameroons. but we are in the jails of the outside world. Millions of us are hanging out here. We can't get back home without a roof over our heads and without lights and working under very precarious conditions. Some people cannot even show their heads and faces out there. That is the country we are talking about. My dear compatriots, I'm hereby making a presentation of this book before you today. And I think that this book is born out of this misery that I'm trying to recount. Millions of people are running away, and people are not asking why they are running away, then there is something wrong. And if houses are being burned and people are being killed in their thousands, because when the head count was taken by the AGOVC, we had 75,000 people killed between 2017 and 2024 only. This book is written within this context. So the Ambazonia Independence Manifesto is a book which is pivotal in shaping the destiny of our people. The war was forced upon us. And so we jumped in without a roadmap and without preparation. Over time, we have learned our lessons. We are not going back anymore. Here is one of those examples, the pillar of the Ambazonian Revolution, the Ambazonia Independence Manifesto. It is our roadmap. It is the way, the truth, and the light. Forward ever, backward never. It is independence we want and nothing else. We have had enough of the pain for 65 years, and we aren't going to go back to our vomit. This presentation into many parts. I will just give you a synopsis of this, but I will be able to unleash or present the details in the write-up that would appear in our website and on social media and through your emails for those who are here today. Part one, I'm going to talk about the Ambazonia Independence Manifesto, its context. As I started talking to you, I was talking to you about pains that we have been through. And this is an example. I can't be able to speak to you because I don't have lights where I am. I'm just struggling to be able to piece this together and present to you. So, my dear compatriots, my dear guests, fellow countrymen, the context in which we have written this manifesto is a context of war. Ambazonian Manifesto is born from the Ambazonian struggle for independence from the shackles of colonialism, which Cameroon is its present face, confronting for a France-Afrique neo-colonial empire that has reigned up till date. In actual fact, all the gymnastics, the mechanisms that were put in place to have a shoddy and incomplete and haphazardly done decolonization process for Ambazonia was done because France had to be compensated for her losses in the Treaty of Versailles. Up till now, Ambazonia is no man's land as we speak to you, because it was not properly, by international law, bound with Cameroon. The process was botched. It failed to be complete. Everything that everybody is talking about or has been talking about is about word of mouth and principles that were never implemented. It is not about the type of contract that was signed between Northern British Cameroon and Nigeria, which enabled Northern British Cameroon to become part of Nigeria. This did not happen in Southern Cameroon. We did not sign any contractual arrangements with Cameroon to become part of Cameroon. It was clear, you have been told, that we went into the union, a gentlemanly agreement based on the principle of equality, principles that enabled a federation to come into place. And we thought that it was all okay. But history has proven that it was wrong and that our people were hoodwinked. So it is a story of deceit, propaganda, cheating, international thievery of the state of Ambazonia. This is the greatest land theft that has ever happened in human history, using trickery. And in modern parlance, we call it scamming. They tricked our poor parents into a thing that has brought us woes forever and ever. There is no hope that this thing will end, because they have shown us what we have never seen in our history. Hell itself is better. The purpose for this manifesto, my dear audience, we want to assert Ambazonia's sovereignty, outline the vision, the national vision for governance, human rights, and development for our people. Now, we will proceed to talk about other parts of this manifesto and this book presentation. Book structure. The book has 22 preliminary pages bearing copyright, preface, foreword, dedication, acknowledgement, or tributes to the writers and those who have contributed in building this very great work. And the content table is very elaborate. It is done in a way that you can move from content page directly to what you want at any time. And this book is a book that can be read from any angle. You can start from the end to the beginning, and from the beginning to the end, and drop into the middle, and at any point you will see what you want. That is the way the book is written. Classical. The book is broken down into 3 main parts. Part 1 is 35 pages, and this part deals with the woes. What have we suffered? That is the critical question that is answered in that part. I will come to that. Part 2 is made up of 15 pages. 15 pages which outline the rights of Ambazonia, the rights of Ambazonians. So it highlights collective and individual rights. And you will be reminded that even if there were contractual arrangements or anything that had happened before, and the people so decide that they will no longer be part of La République, or they cannot have anything to do with La République, so be it. That is international law. You cannot sit on it. That is the charter of the UN. That is the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Why must this not be respected in Ambazonia? In the face of the humanitarian disaster that has befallen our people. Part 3 deals with the national vision. This part is the biggest, it occupies a central role, a central place in this text. It is made up of 118 pages. We have the concluding pages, which is the appendix, which bears the references. It bears the anthem of Ambazonia, and it also projects the map and the flag of Ambazonia. The map here refers to our international boundaries, which have not been changed from 1919 till date. The boundaries have not been changed. The boundary pillars are still there. So how did these boundaries change? How did we become part of Cameroon? That is a question that has to be answered. And we'll remind our international audience and those who are just joining us to understand what is going on. It is now the UN is struggling with Nigeria and Cameroon to redraw the map of Cameroon to append Southern Cameroon to the map of La République du Cameroun. La République du Cameroun has its map as it's submitted at the UN on the 1st of January 1960, when it got its independence, as La République du Cameroun. That map has not changed. Let the world hear from our mouths today. The Ambazonians are telling the world that the hypocrisy, the cheating, the thievery, and the double standards should come to an end. The map of La République, the name of La République has not changed in the Secretariat of the United Nations, the African Union. It has not changed. They brandish a different map on the international scene, but they are in terms of record, in terms of international records, the map remains the same. That is why Cameroon had to maneuver until in 1984, they changed the name back to La République to match with the criminal name that they have at the United Nations and the AU. So as not to continuously give the impression or to continuously live a lie. And the last stages of this corrupt practice is the map that is currently being drawn between Nigeria and Cameroon Boundary Commission to match the two, Ambazonia and Cameroon, as one country, which is not what had been the case. We are telling the international community, stop that fraud. We can't be dying and you are playing with our land as if it is a piece of cake that you are sharing amongst your friends and treating it as if it is booty. My dear audience, point 4, we're dealing here with the key themes. We're talking about historical context of Ambazonia independence from October 1961 till date. We are talking here about the principles of democracy, justice, and equality. We are talking here about the theme of pathways to sustainable development and peace and security. There can never be peace in the Gulf of Guinea until Ambazonia is free. That is what we are stating. We talked for 65 years. We begged Cameroon, we begged the world, we demonstrated, we used all democratic means, we used the courts, and nothing has happened. Our reward was on the 30th of November 2017. Paul Biya declared war on us on the tarmac of the Simaland airport. He thinks that we are just children. We didn't go to school. We are just fools. You declare war on us when we were demonstrating for our rights, and the world is silent because France has to be appeased, because the people tapping oil in Bakassi have to be appeased, because the people tapping our natural resources have to be appeased. You exchange human rights for resources, for interests. We have said that we have to stop this, and the right time is now. Point 5, why it matters. This Manifesto represents the aspirations of Ambazonians, both locally and globally, and calls on the international community to recognize our right to a sovereign homeland. How can you be living in a country that does not treat you as its own? Ambazonians are homeless people with a land of their birth, with a homeland of theirs. We are homeless, treated as slaves. We don't have a place. They chase us in West Africa. They chase us in Europe. They chase us in America. In South America, they're chasing us. Our children are dying in the Mediterranean Sea. Our children are dying on the way through Mexico to infiltrate into America to survive. When we have a homeland occupied by exploitative forces protecting the interests of exploiters who are using our land as no man's territory and tapping resources from it, it will not work anymore.
That is correct.
What
It
is
will not work anymore, Mr. Chairman.
target audience? Who
Yes,
are
just
the
wrap it
people
up for me,
targeted
please.
for this particular book? We want each Ambazonian to wake up and know that you are either a human being or you are an animal. And if you are not an animal, you are either living or you are not living. And if you are dead, better join the ancestors or rise up for what you truly deserve and present yourself as a human being. Stop behaving like a subhuman being. All of them in Cameroon, let it be known, cannot speak aloud. They cannot use their phones. They cannot oppose anybody. They have to toe the line, act in conformity. Why? Because if they speak, they will be killed. They will go to jail. They will report on them. A police state in our homeland, it will not work. We cannot be police in our own homeland. We cannot be police when we land in Simaland Airport, when we land in the Douala Airport. They treat us like, and arrest some of our people and lock them up, chain our people, and they die in chains, in hospital beds, and in prisons. This is not possible. It is not to be allowed. If people think that this is fine because of what they gain from Ambazonia, Ambazonians are saying that no, it is not fine. We are not going to tolerate it anymore. We have had it up to our necks. Our people are everywhere. America is granting us special protected status, but African nations are refusing us. They are chasing us away and telling us that there is nothing happening in our country because they don't want to participate in liberation of our people. They want to ally with dictators and autocrats and pay allegiance to people who are exploiting us and destroying our country. We don't matter. If we don't matter in our land, where else do we matter?
That is correct. And never again shall we allow that to happen, Chairman. Unfortunately, I will have to step in there because if we don't, the program will not, we are already behind time. Everybody who listens to you or everyone who has listened to you knows how passionate you are when it comes to the liberation of Ambazonia. And I'm so happy to know that you played a pivotal part in making sure that this manifesto comes to bear and the world will read it and the world will understand the pain. Is this pain that you're going through and how the passion in your voice will tell it all when they read this manifesto. So thank you very much, sir. I know you have a lot to say, but if time permits me, trust me, I will bring you back to finish what you were saying. But I will need to move forward because the program is very tight. Thank you very much, sir.
You're
Thank
right.
you so much.
Okay.
Thank you, Comrade Juicy, for that wonderful one. We loved your efforts. You put in a lot. Yes, go ahead, Comrade Cecilia.
Okay, I'm just going to throw it back to the studio to give us a little piece of part 3 of this manifesto for the next 2 minutes. And while they are doing that, I will kindly call on the chairman of the Council of Missions to be ready, Comrade Luis, who is going to be the one to unveil to us this particular bundle of joy that we have here today. What gathered us here today is the Ambazonia Independent Manifesto. So we are about to unveil that document to the world, to the public, to Ambazonians. So, and that will be done by our able comrade, the chairman of the Council of Missions. So I'll just like him to get ready and be on standby. Immediately the studio is finished, I'm going to bring him on board because this is the most important part of this program. Thank you very much, studio.
First on our manifesto, we look at what we have suffered. We, the people of Ambazonia, submit and affirm the following as factual, evident, and indisputable. For the real assent of all peoples, all countries, and all associations and organizations of men and women, being the acts of occupation, subjugation, domination, and oppression, by which La République du Cameroun has sought to annihilate the identity, values, prosperity, and existence of the Ambazonian people. By which La République du Cameroun has deprived the Ambazonia, and which no people can forever accept to be so subjected. Any people so subjected have a duty in the order of nature to themselves and to humanity to throw off such yoke, and to claim for themselves the blessings of the divine and the right of all people to freely determine their legal, political, economic, social, cultural, and educational future. Let the charge now be presented. Our first charge is on occupation, tyranny, and usurpations by La République du Cameroun. First, that in matters of political status, point 1, with the intent of annexing and illegally occupying the erstwhile Class B mandated United Nations Trust territory of the Southern Cameroons, under British administration now Ambazonia, La République du Cameroun conspired with other France-Afrique countries except Mali, and they jointly voted against UN General Assembly Resolution 1608 of 21st April, 1961 that set October 1st, 1961 as the day of the independence of the territory. Point 2, the aspiration of the Ambazonian people was for their independence and sovereignty. The United Nations failed to respect the aspiration of our people and violated the fundamental right of all peoples to sovereignty, as affirmed in UN General Assembly Resolution 1514 of 14, December 1960, by not including the option of the people of Ambazonia attaining independence by emergence as a sovereign state in the plebiscite of 11 February 1961. The United Nations, however, required in operative paragraph 5 of UN General Assembly Resolution 1608 that before the independence of Ambazonia and its prospective association with La République du Cameroun, the UK, which was the administering authority, the government of the Southern Cameroons and La République du Cameroun should meet, agree upon, and declare the terms and policies of association, the Union Treaty. With the Fumban Conference of 17 to 21 July 1961 and the Yaoundé Conference in 1961, failing to establish any duly executed, legally binding Union Treaty between La République du Cameroun and the erstwhile UN Trust territory of the Southern Cameroons, the government of Cameroon moved in its troop and illegally occupied Ambazonia in annexationist style on September 1961, without the consent of the Ambazonian people, duly ratified by their legitimate House of Assembly, Parliament. It must then be affirmed that Ambazonia is not a territory of La République du Cameroun. Point 3, the government of La République du Cameroun, faced with the collapse of the Fumban and the Yaoundé Union talks in 1961, crafted a constitution without the consent of the legitimate and internationally recognized government of Southern Cameroons, or Kuranoa, which it styled the Federal Constitution, that was adopted only by the Parliament of La République du Cameroun and never approved by the Southern Cameroon's House of Assembly. La République du Cameroun, upon its illegal occupation of Ambazonia, imposed this constitution upon the Ambazonian people without approval by the legitimate Ambazonian Parliament. That country then instrumentalized the imposed constitution, amended and abolished it with crookery as it willed, and adopted other similar annexationist ordinances to progressively accomplish its scheme of the full annexation and illegal occupation of the Ambazonia territory.
Thank you very much, Studio. Thank you for that wonderful intervention. And right now, I see that the chairman or the coordinator, the original coordinator, MC for this program is back. But before we go into the launch, the unveiling of the manifesto, I would just like to bring in the chairman of the commission that prepared the launch for this manifesto, Reverend John, to come in and give us a little talk on this before we bring in the chairman of the Council of Mission to unveil this manifesto. So Reverend John, please, you have the floor for the next 2.5 minutes, please. Right. Reverend John.
He's muted. He's muted. Can you unmute him, please?
Unmute. Yeah. Yes. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
5 on 5.
Go ahead. We
go
can
ahead.
hear you. Please go ahead.
Good.
2.5 minutes, sir.
Yeah, 2.5 minutes. I'll take just that. Thank you so much, PS. Thank you for taking the relay. That's the spirit. Excellencies, distinguished international guests, the leadership of AGOPC, our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, and most importantly, our resilient people of Ambazonia. Thank you for standing the ground, for holding the line to bring us to where we are. Today, we do not put emphasis on this program. We gather to witness the launch of a document. We gathered to behold a new dawn. The long-awaited, the long nights of uncertainty is breaking. If you look into the horizon of our struggle, the sunlight is finally touching our hills. The sunrise on Ambazonia has begun. Before we look forward, we must look at the giants upon whose shoulders we stand, to our refugees longing to be home again, to return home and to have a place called home. To our prisoners of war and conscience, your bars do not silence your spirit. They speak even from the dungeons of La République, even from the lion's den. To our brave, patriotic volunteers who are standing the ground, we honor you. We honor your sacrifices. This manifesto is a blueprint for the freedom you have paid for with your blood and sweat and tears. I must offer my deepest gratitude to the Ambazonian Independence Manifesto Commission. We have worked tirelessly. These men and women have endured sleepless nights and grueling debates to ensure this document reflects our collective souls. To the AGOPC Leadership Council, I say thank you for the vision and for the audacity to initiate this blueprint roadmap for the people of Ambazonia. Years ago, we gave the flag as Ambazonians. We gave them the anthem. Today, we give you the Ambazonia Independence Manifesto. It's another tool of resistance. This is not just a mere piece of paper. It is a tool of reconstruction. Use it to build the schools, the justice system, the economy of the country we desire. We must build an Ambazonia so stable, so free, and so prosperous that it becomes a safe haven for other people of other nations. A nation that earns its world's admiration, not just for its struggle, but for the success. In closing, let this manifesto be a compass that guides us from the trenches to the halls of sovereignty governance. Let's build Ambazonia. Let's unite. God bless the people of Ambazonia. God bless Ambazonia. Thank you so much, PS, for this wonderful time. This is your humble servant, the chairman of the Launch Commission.
Thank you very much, Chairman. And I'm very happy to know that you were able to hold the line, respect the time as well. And so without any further ado, I would love to bring in the chairman of the Council of Mission. The chairman of the Council of Mission is that one comrade who doesn't speak. He's a man of few words, but he is a bulldozer when it comes to working for the liberation of Ambazonia. And he has an attitude like my elder brother. He doesn't talk, but when he looks at you, you understand the message. So this is the kind of man that we are bringing on board. And it is our honor and privilege for us to bring him here to unveil to us this work that has been in the making for more than 4 years now, or more than 4 years, as I can remember. And so, Mr. Chairman, you are the one that brings these people together, the whole of AGOVC. We have missions across the globe, and you've been the one managing all of these missions, making sure that Ambazonia is heard in every country of the world where Ambazonians are. And we are so honored to have you here to bring you on board to unveil this masterpiece for Ambazonia. So, Chairman Luis, please, you're welcome.
Thank you, Madam PS, for that wonderful welcome. I want to also thank the launching organization, its chairman, the EduSec, the VP, the entire organization that put together this wonderful project. I also want to welcome a distinguished guest, our Biafra brothers and sisters. I also want to welcome our other comrades, brothers and sisters who are here from Republic of Ambazonia, Comrade Edwin, and other sister groups, all protocol duly respected. So we gather here today not like agitators, not as enemies of any people, but as a people answering the call of history. Today, we unveil the Ambazonian Independent Manifesto. This manifesto is not a call to chaos. This is a declaration of truth against falsehood. It is a call to law and order against disorder and lawlessness. It is a call of dignity, self-determination, and self-preservation. Now, for decades, our people have asked a simple question. Who are we? And by what right are we governed? History gives us a clear answer. Southern Cameroons was a people with a defined territory, a distinct system of governance, and internationally recognized status under the United Nations, which in 1954, our forefathers attained quasi-independence, forming a government in Boya. In 1961, a gentleman agreement was established with La République du Cameroon. But that agreement was broken. And without our consent, the federal arrangement was dismantled, our institutions wiped out, our laws replaced, our courts, our schools, our political voice suppressed. What followed was not unity, it was annexation. The Ambazonian Independence Manifesto comes to set the record straight. It affirms that our people were never legally decolonized. Our federation was unlawfully dissolved. Our right to self-determination negated. And our struggle today is for the complete decolonization of Ambazonia. This is not merely a political claim. It is a legal claim, a moral claim, and a human claim. But let me be clear. This manifesto is not about what was taken from us. This manifesto is about what we seek to build. We envision an Ambazonia grounded in the rule of law, democratic governance, respect of human rights, protection of minorities, and peaceful relationship with all our neighbors, including La République du Cameroon. We seek a nation where power serves the people, not the other way around. A nation where no child is told that their language, culture, or identity is a mistake. And to the international community, we say, we are not asking for special treatment. All we are asking for is equal application of international law. The same principles that liberated nations across Africa, Asia, Caribbean apply to us. Same United Nations that supervise our status cannot remain silent today while its resolutions are ignored. Because justice delayed is injustice prolonged. To my fellow brothers and sister comrades who carry fatigue, trauma, or doubt in their hearts, I want you to know this. This history moves forward not because it is easy, but because of a people who have refused to forget who they are. This manifesto does not belong to an organization. It does not belong to a group. It does not belong to a movement. It does not belong to a generation. It belongs to the farmer, the teacher, the student, the lawyer, the trader, and even the child unborn. It belongs to Ambazonia. So today we are not mainly launching a document. We are affirming our existence. We are reclaiming our voice, and we are placing our struggle where it belongs. Before history, before law, and before conscience. And may this manifesto that we unveil guide us with wisdom, discipline, and unity. May it remind us that freedom is not given. It is recognized when a people stand firm in truth. May God bless Ambazonia, and may justice walk before us. Ambazonia must be free. Shake no day. Madam Pierce, back to you.
Shake. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, Chairman of the Council of Missions. Like I said before, he's a man of few words. If you hear him, you know that he's a man of action. He's a man of few words, but an action man. Thank you very much for that wonderful message that you've passed across to our people. Shake no day, Ambazonia must be free. This is that generation, the never again generation that will never, ever give up or blink until we see freedom. Thank you very much, Chairman, and we'll be moving forward. Like I said, we don't want to make long speeches here and delay the time. So I'm just going to invite one of our mothers in the house. That will be Mabia. We call her Mabia. Her name is Beatrice. So we just call her Mabia. And she is part of the Ambazonia Education Board. And she is the expert when it comes to the healthcare or the health department of the Ambazonia, or even the health department of this manifesto. She is that expert in that domain. And also she has done a lot of education when it comes, education is her thing. That's what I'm trying to say. Education is her thing. And Mabia is that one person that doesn't sleep. Even though she is in mourning, she is here today to talk to us. So Mabia, please come on in and give us a solidarity message on this. Thank you. Is Mabia in the house? Please allow her to unmute herself, please. I know she's here. Unmute herself, please. I know she's here.
Yes, I'm here. I was really not going to speak, but since you called my name, I'm just going to give a short word or short sentence. I was just going to say, can you hear me? Yes, I'm here. I was really not going to speak, but since you called my name, I'm just going to give a short. Oh, let me turn one off. Short sentence. I was just going to. Okay, so sorry about that. I was just going to say something that I've really wanted to say. The taking away of our leaders because they're trying to fight for Ambazonia, and sometimes bringing up the ideas that we are American citizens, so should not be interfering in other countries. We have some people here, we have other, maybe some of international people who are listening. I just want to make this statement. When we crossed the ocean and came to America and became citizens of America, it did not mean that we were going to forget the land that we left. We owe allegiance to America as American citizens, but that does not mean we forget the parents or the sisters who are suffering at home in Ambazonia because they were taken over by La République du Cameroon. We will continue to fight for them even as we stay in a free land. We want also the international community to understand that leaving your country to go to another country does not mean you forget where you left. As well as I also want the international community to understand that it is the same thing they do like going to Nigeria now to fight in Nigeria because they want to fight for Christians in Nigeria is the same thing. We who left homeland are fighting for the people who are suffering under colonization by La République du Cameroon. So holding somebody in jail or in prison because they are American citizens fighting for another land is double standards. The manifesto today is here to tell the international community and also other Ambazonians what we are fighting for, what happened to us and what we are fighting for. We have a vision to raise an Ambazonia where children will not just go to school because they have to go to school. Children will not just go to school because their parents want to hide them somewhere so that they don't have to deal with the children. Children will go to school to come and make up something of themselves. They will go to school to come and develop the land. They will go to school to come and economically be stable in the country. We are trying to build a country that even the international community will be proud of. And we are inviting all other Ambazonians, all our brothers and sisters. We have to start working together now, because even if you have a country, you will have to work together with each other to build the country. Thank you, guys. That's it.
Thank you very much, Mabia. Always straight to the point. And that was a very powerful message. It was not just to us Ambazonians, but most especially to the international community. And that's the target for today. Thank you very much. And without wasting any more time, I would really love to bring in, we all know that our president, our leader, the leader of the Ambazonian War of Liberation was kidnapped. He was not arrested. He was kidnapped from his home and taken by CRISPO, and he's been in their keeping all this while. We know that even while in their custody, he has not blinked. He has not stopped fighting for Ambazonia. And if there is one man, I can promise you that will fight to the last drop of his blood to see that Ambazonia is free, is Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba. It's unfortunate he's not here today because he has also worked tirelessly to make sure that this manifesto come to light. But he's not here. We have his chief of staff that pays him constant visit on a weekly basis. And the president has a solidarity message that will be delivered to us via his chief of staff, who is also one of the MC for today's program. So without much ado, Mr. Chief of Staff, if you're here, please, we would like to hear from you. Thank you. Please kindly allow him to unmute himself, please. Chief of Staff, are you here? Okay, I'm thinking
He's there. I'm trying to
position.
get him to unmute. I'm trying to get him to unmute, but I don't know what is going on. Let me do it again.
And he send a message in the group and just tell us that he's ready, but he can't unmute, so we know what is going on. Otherwise, we move forward.
Yeah. Just 1 second. Get the thing.
Move forward.
Yes, I believe we should. And that was a very important message that was supposed to come in. I'm not sure why the chief of staff. I'll give him 1 more minute to make sure that is a message from the president, and that is very important. So I'll give that exception 1 minute and know what is going on, then I'll move forward. Please bear with me.
Yeah. Okay. I think we can move on. We can move on. I've got you.
Thank you, Chairman. That's true.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
should
let's,
move on. Yeah, we
yeah,
will
let's
not
move
hold us. Even if it were the president coordinated, he would tell us to move on. So thank you very much, Mabia again, who was our last speaker. And we'll be moving forward now to our partners and also friends of Ambazonia and those that have stood with us throughout these 8, 9 years or 10 years, moving to 10 years. And when you hear about Biafrans, you will know that we are talking about those in exile. And when you hear the name Biafra mentioned, you will know the first thing that should come in your mind will be the Helsinki Declaration. We all know that declaration alone shook the world. And it's because of that declaration that we are unfortunately talking about the PMB incarcerated today and the president of Ambazonia Governing Council and the leader of our liberation incarcerated today. But that has been a strategic alliance that has brought panic, not just to Nigeria, but to Cameroon as well. And we are very happy to know that our Biafrans colleagues are here with us on a special day like this that we are launching the Ambazonia Independent Manifesto. And we know that we have the acting PM right now who is here with us. And I want to give, and she came with her entourage. So I would love to welcome her on board and her entire team, and also to give her the floor now to speak to us on this Ambazonia Independent Manifesto, and most especially our relationship. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I hand over to the PM Ogechukwu Kere. Yeah, forgive me if I didn't pronounce that well.
That's okay. That's okay. Thank you very much, people of Ambazonia. We Biafrans and Ambazonia, we are one family. Thank you very much. And you already made it clear that I'm here with cabinet members of Biafra Republic government in exile. So we are in this together. We really appreciate it. Biafra Republic government in exile and the de facto government in the homeland stand shoulder to shoulder with the people of Ambazonia through its governing council. We restate our commitment to our collective goals of freedom of Biafra and Ambazonia. Ambazonia and Biafra is in our blood. Our alliance is unbreakable as far as eliminating the Islamic jihadist terrorists slaughtering our babies, women, children on daily basis. For those that are fighting against the freedom of Ambazonia, people, stop fighting against your freedom. Your enemy are those that have come to slaughter your babies, rape your women, your children, occupy your land, chase you out of your territory, make you slave in your own land. They are your enemy. It's time to unite together. The people of Biafra and Ambazonia fight a common enemy. Our common goal is freedom of independence from those that took over our land forcefully from us, namely Nigeria and the Cameroon. We congratulate the people of Ambazonia on this very event, and we wish them exploit on the pursuit of our collective freedom of independence. We, the people of Ambazonia and Biafra, we must be free. Don't yield, people of Ambazonia. Continue to fight. Don't be discouraged, because our imprisoned leaders is a part of the prize for freedom. Don't be discouraged, because our leaders are in prison, and you take because of that and say, Dr. Shu is not here. Leaders, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not here. Leader like Mazi Simon is not here. Please, people of Ambazonia, don't be discouraged. Keep fighting. Remain unbreakable. Together we shall win. And our freedom we must get. Because freedom is not given, but taken. We must fight for it. Long live Ambazonia Republic. Long live Biafra Republic. Long live Ambazonia Biafra Alliance. Thank you all for achieving this milestone. Biafra Ambazonia is in our blood, and we must all unite to fight one common enemy. If we don't do that, our enemy will overrun us, and they will kill us all. And for those that are fighting within to destroy the Ambazonia freedom, disease from it, unity, with unity, we can all achieve our goal. Our enemy still remain those occupiers, those invaders, those that try to take everything from us. Our enemy still remain these evil people that are killing our children, that don't want us to be free, that don't want us to our land to be developed, to be among nations, prospered nations, nations that will compete to fight the insecurity. Ambazonia and Biafra is in our blood. We are one people. Together, we shall prevail against this evil country like Nigeria terrorist state and the Cameroon terrorist state. These two countries are all terrorists. And what we are doing, we free our leaders. We cannot retreat. We cannot surrender. Our freedom is in our hand. For the saboteurs, stop fighting your government. Stop fighting those that are fighting for you. Come together with unity. The sky is our limit. Thank you very much from me and the members of my cabinet and the entire Biafran people. We say once more, congratulations. And also we send a big applause and appreciate the EGOV, especially led by the Vice President, Julius now. Thank you, you and your team, for doing a good job. Thank you. Thank you from me. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vice President, Mr. MP. That is a very powerful one, a word of encouragement. Indeed, We are not backing down. Cameroon and Nigeria, they're all terrorist states, and whether they like it or no, they are going to liberate our countries for us. Thank you very much, and thank you for your entire entourage that is here with you. We truly appreciate you, and the alliance, we say it goes forward. So I'm just going to throw it back to the former MC who was having issues with his network, and also the chief of staff is now available. So I'll give it back to you, Reverend John, and also invite the chief of staff to step in from this from now moving forward. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, viewers of ACN TV and other platforms where we are broadcasting this live Ambazonia Independence Manifesto. We thank you for tuning in. This is the program running. We are almost done. We are almost at the tail end. We have a few speakers who will come in, and we will be able to call it for today. Just for information, this is just the beginning of the work that we have to do to ground this Independence Manifesto. This was the momentum build towards this launch. After the momentum build, we have the grounding. And so we are inviting you to tune in to ACN and to all our media networks to follow up and make sure that we ground this into the hearts and minds of our people, the international community, and change the narrative from the mouths and the pens of the press. We will call on the next speaker on our program after the PM. I want to thank the Biafra community for honoring our invitation and for the wonderful words of encouragement to the people of Ambazonia and that great message to the world. Next on our program, we will call on a great Ambazonian who is taking stride in making sure that the diplomatic community hears our voice and does the right thing. They have been silent, looking the other way for too long. He has stepped in to say, we have to change the narrative. And this manifesto is bringing us together so we can work towards a united front in the diplomatic world. That is no other person than Dr. Tita. If we have him in the house, Your Honorable, the floor is yours. We have Dr. Tita in the house. All right. I don't think we have him in the house. We'll move on while he prepares. If he's on, maybe he's struggling to unmute, to mute himself. Studio enable him to come on. As he's getting ready, let's take on the next speaker. The next speaker on our program is another collaborative platform that we're building, headed by Archbishop Dr. Chang. He is a groundbreaker in the diplomatic world, and we would like to have him and have his vision for this new dawn that we are launching today. If Archbishop Dr. Chang is in the house, you can take it over, Doctor. I saw him in the beginning of the program. I don't know whether he's still around.
Yes, I am right in. Can you hear me?
Good. That's great. Thank you so much. We can hear you 5-on-5, Doctor. You're welcome. Take it over. Tell Ambazonia, tell the world.
Well, I want to start by giving glory to Almighty God for the great things He has done. God makes everything beautiful in His time. And there comes a time, distinguished visionary leaders who have answered present to this very important and historic Ambazonia Independence Manifesto launching. If we are here today, we want to pass a straight clarion call first to our various movements, organizations, international guests, and the international community, that the time has come when we must show love, a sense of unity and collaboration as we amplify our call for the international community to put pressure, the needed pressure, to bear on our annexationist aggressor state, La République de Cameroon. They do this in the blatant violation of our inalienable rights, our God-given rights, and we cannot come short when it has to do with asserting those rights. When people go and sign conventions, treaties, charters at the United Nations level, at African Union level, and at others, and come violating same and going with impunity, we can only cry out and stand with the oppressed. The jailing, sentencing of our liberation leaders, our visionary champions in foreign courts will never silence us from asserting our rights to auto-governance and independence as enshrined in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and the United Nations charters. I am here to continue the efforts I engaged with Comrade Dr. Cho Ayaba for hours. And some of you will be here bearing witness of how that went before he was finally, abducted or kidnapped, or how would you put it, and now in those dungeons. I will also like us to know that the father of this Ambazonia revolution, His Royal Majesty von Gojidinka, is our Republic of Ambazonia head, and we, my humble self, a servant of the people, and the issue of Dr. Sisiku Ayub Tabe and all others that time will not allow me to mention is of utmost concern. So permit me to first of all thank all our patriots, our leaders, the distinguished guests, the people of Biafra. We assert our rights to self-determination by putting in the structures, the governance structures that communicate with the international community, even as governments in exile. Because I have to stay within our 5 minutes and allow coordinators to finish the work neatly, accept previous speakers, my appreciation, and the chairman of this launching commission and the education sec and others, chair of missions. Other movements are here present. We urge unity and collaboration, collaborative actions towards a peaceful independence pursuit and self-governance. Let us stand together in solidarity with our bereaved families, prisoners of conscience, refugees, and the exiles. Our shared goal is freedom for all. Good neighborliness and stability within the Gulf of Guinea. We have seen many contribute tirelessly, bearing the brunt of the challenges without a mere word of recognition of their efforts. It is time we acknowledge each other's efforts, the sacrifices, the losses, the visions, and their perspectives. By recognizing our collective struggles and strengths, we can remove obstacles to unity and collaboration, but without entitlement, with mutual respect and appreciation. Let us collaborate, let us support each other, and let us give credit to the AGFC for this elaborate work done, not for group's sake, but for the people of Ambazonia, at home and abroad. The Lord bless you, keep you safe, and undeterred in this our unity efforts. Let this great independence, Ambazonia Independence Manifesto be another unifying factor that will bring us to the land of our birth as children of one. Blessed be the tie of this. The grace and peace of the Lord be with you, because nobody is going to call us down and take away our inalienable rights, be there for those self-determination aspirants in the hands of the oppressors. I yield my time. Your humble servant, His Eminence, Dr. Bishop.
Thank you, Your Lord Bishop. Thank you so much. Thank you for that very encouraging words, encouraging speech of collaboration and the work that we have to do as a people, coming together, uniting as one force to defeat what is fighting us. Thank you so much. We continue the work and we hold the line. Without much ado, we've come to the end of our speeches. We've come to the end of all our guests. I want to thank all our guest speakers, all our friends, the Biafra community, the Republic of Ambazonia, and all the international observers who were here to witness this great event. I just want to say thank you, thank you. We're moving into the last phase of this program, which is a campaign, an action campaign, which is a fund drive, which we'll continuously have it, because we will be grounding the Ambazonia Independence Manifesto. And so a copy, just to get a copy to a household, to get a copy to somebody, it needs finance. To host it on different platforms, it needs finance. And so we thought it wise that we do a fundraise during this launch, so we can galvanize some funds to be able to support the grounding of this great work. And so it will be a cash exercise. No pledges. If you're raising something for the grounding of this manifesto, you should put your hand in your pocket, and we have it. I don't know if we have some cash handles. We can flash it on the screen for our viewers across the world who will want to chip in something to support this drive, this grounding of this manifesto. Cecilia, would you want to come in and help, and let's do it together?
Okay, yes, sir. Thank you very much. Like you said, I'm sure we have somebody from the finance team that is available in the house, or we can have a volunteer to just help us with this process. Like the chairman said, the idea or the aim of this for this manifesto is for us to put it in the lips of every Ambazonian and those across Africa and the world at large. And for us to have this done, we have the intentions of translating this into Pidgin English, which is commonly spoken in Ambazonia. And we have different local dialects in Ambazonia. And we wish for our parents, our children to be able to read and understand what is embodied in this manifesto. And that is how far we are willing to go, just to make sure that the idea of Cameroon is completely wiped out from the minds of our people. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we are now calling on every one of you who is here in any way that you can support us most of us out here, we can access this via online, but we do not have that luxury of network back home for people to be able to access this in the very rural communities. But we want this message, we want the message of this manifesto to get into the very interiors and the rural communities of Ambazonia. Those of us here, we can access, but they cannot. So please, we are here to plead with you to put your hands in your pocket. Whatever that comes out of it will be truly appreciated. And whoever wants to start, because we don't want to embarrass anybody, if you're here, you want to be the one to first kickstart this fundraiser, we will truly appreciate it. And so we will move forward from there. And thank you very much. And copies, of course, of this manifesto will be sent to all our guests who are here on this platform. We'll send you hard copies. And for any other Ambazonia that is here, it is your duty, it's your civil right to be able to get one of these copies. So thank you. And I will try to look for why. The chairman, you can go ahead. Let me try to get the account that can be used for people to
just for emphasis, everybody from January till this day that has paid his liberation tax, get hold of the launch commission, and you will have your copy. If you have paid your liberation tax, you are entitled to a copy, the soft copy that you can print and put it in your library. The audio format of the Ambazonia Independence Manifesto. We'll send it to you if you have paid your tax. And it is open to anybody that pays his tax. Once you pay your tax, you pay your liberation tax, which we know that the liberation tax on ground zero, on the ground on Amazonia, women 5,000 and men is 10. Is $50 flat rate for every Amazonian that can afford it. And for Europe, Asia, the Middle East, it's $100. Europe, Americas, the Middle East is $100. If you're living in the zones, your liberation tax. So what's your liberation tax? You have to a copy. Send a message, and we'll gladly send you the software of the Independence Manifesto. While we wait for
before we go,
the PS, just a second, I want to let because of his whereby we mute yourself and support the IM organization that the first class ushered off the face. So you don't need to raise your hand. You can just unmute yourself and let the chairman of the launch committee know what you are giving. Thank you so much, Chairman.
Thank you very much. That was brilliant.
And also, why ComDep, I believe he will be handling, he will look for answers to the question I just said to him on payment methods. I also want to allow those that are here with us, you've been patient with us from the start till now. If you have anything positive or have any contribution to give in terms of this manifesto, I am happy to give you a minute to speak while we are preparing the payments for this. And then you can also, if you're speaking and you wish to just do a contribution, you can go ahead and do that at once. So if you have something to say, please feel free to type in right now. This is your time to speak. Thank you.
Nothing is too small. Nothing is too big. Every cent is a contribution towards our liberation. Anything.
I see that FinDep is here. FinDep, please kindly make provision for payment method on how people can get payment through. Please. Thank you very much.
please, let's support the grounding of this document. Let us get it into the hands of every Ambazonians. Those get the languages translated. We will need to motivate them to do the translation into local dialects. We need finance to move from one end to the other.
Unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Chairman, go ahead. I just needed to let them know they are free to unmute themselves now.
Yeah, to deliver this document. Those that will want the hard copy will deliver it. So no cent is small. Anything that you think from the bottom of your heart, Bible says, freely we give, freely we receive. And you give from the bottom of your heart. You give as you will, as it touches you. Ladies and gentlemen, unmute and speak.
I don't know whether it is just a scripture going saying the last shall be the first and so on. I would like to just go ahead and break the silence and give through my colleague Reverend John Tinshu, the chairman, what will push this ahead. And in our duty and profession, we do not want the left hand to know what the right hand is giving, but I think I prepared for this in the light of the collaboration we're having with you guys. God bless
you. Thank you so much, Archbishop. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you for breaking the silence.
Okay, please, please. The silence is too much. I really plead that we should unmute ourselves. I don't want to start calling people's name because I don't want to embarrass anybody. And I believe that you would not like to go down that route. So I'm kindly pleading with everybody. If you have, it doesn't matter how much, like the Reverend said, nothing is too small. Even if you're printing just one copy, it's still something. So please, let us unmute ourselves. I've been sending messages for you to accept to unmute yourself. So it shouldn't be that I cannot speak. Please, you are allowed to speak now. I've been unmuting almost everybody. So kindly just speak up or just, say what you have in your mind, please. I have a lot of people here.
Let me just come in. I will start with the $50 Canadian. I will give it through the Ambazonia mission to Canada.
Thank you very much, sir.
Wonderful. Please, let's keep our eyes in the chat section. We have our dear comrade who is giving $100. I will start with the pick up that as well. Through the Ambazonia mission to Canada.
Okay, thank you very much, Comrade Samba. Comrade Samba is putting in $100. Thank you, Comdep. Okay, Mabia, if you can mute, that would be great. If you're talking about the fundraiser, please go ahead and speak even louder. But if not, yeah. Okay, Mabia, if you can mute, that would be great. If you're talking. Okay. Let's move forward, please. If you have something to offer, please kindly just. I want to appreciate Comrade Samba for coming in with a sum of $100.
I'm actually muted, so it's not me.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. Let's say I start calling people's name now. Please don't hate me if I call your name.
Yes, I'll give $100.
Thank you very much,
Mabia. Thank you
very much.
Wonderful.
Thank you. So
Blessed.
we have. Thank you.
Okay, $100.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you very much.
God bless.
So far, we have a $50, 50 Canadian dollars from Comdep, Comrade Victory, and we also have $100 from Ma Beatrice. We have $100 from Comrade Samba. So these are the ones that have come up, and I would plead with us to continue in that same spirit. Like I said, I'm just gonna start calling people now, but don't hold this against me because the room is quiet.
I would love to support with 30 euros.
Thank you very much, Comrade. Comrade Mark is supporting us with 30 euros. I hope somebody is writing this down. Findep is here. That's his job. I hope he's writing it down. Thank you very much, Comrade Max, for stepping in.
I hope Controller is there. Maybe she's listening to me. I don't know.
Yeah, if Controller is not here, Findep is here. We'll follow up with Findep, and yeah, we'll get that through. No worries about that. So the chairman of Council of Mission, I don't know why I'm tempted to call you first, but there is a reason for it anyway. So if the chairman of Council of Mission is here, I beg, no for my arms. Come up, sir. On my leg, they talk more. Chairman of the Council of Mission. If you are in the house, please come on in. And of course, we have our able VP in the house. They are Commander 2 of Ambazonia. So please, Chairman, come up. And of course, the Chief of Staff is here.
Guys, let's move, even if it's $10. Move,
Yes.
Yeah,
move.
something. We need to. Even just sending data to somebody in back in ground zero.
Yes, my chairman is here. Una relax. Me talk.
Madam PS, count me for your $100.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, guys. Great job.
You see why I'm calling you?
Thank you.
It's my VP in the house.
Thank you. God bless.
Is the adopted Alabukam guy in the house? If he's still preparing, Chief of Staff, I can see you there. And I can see the SG of Ambazonian Governing Council in the house. I can see the woman who is always on the move. Wali on the move, mother of soldiers. She's also in the house. I can also see a delectable woman of God in the house. No, please don't change your name now, I beg. I need names. I don't need the mark of your phone.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I can see you. Techno KL5, I can see you. Abakwaman. Now you be correct man. Abakwaman. I can see you. Chief of Staff, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, my apologies that I was not able to step in as MC for today. I got that information very late that I was going to step in for the spokesman who for some other reason could not appear today as the MC.
No problem.
Also, you requested a speech from the president. The president had actually wanted to be part of this launch. But unfortunately, to the very last minute, I didn't get any speech from him. That is why I didn't come up when you called for a speech from the president. For the my contribution this evening is going to be a $50.
Okay, thank you very much, Chief of Staff. Thank you. Mother of Forces, are you in the house?
I'll send that in through my mission.
All right.
Okay. Is John Leke in the house? The only man who knows how to print the best Ambazonian t-shirts. Are you in the house? Findep, IMF of Ambazonia, you are in the house too. Shake body. On the move. I hope you are not moving now. Oh, I beg, don't be on the move now. I beg, I need you stable. Are you in the house? Pahabakwa. Mazi Soni from the Biafran Republic. Are you in the house? I don't want to call our guest. The PM and his team, I don't want to call you because I know you will do what is right. So I will just keep that. Those of you, I will not mention you. I can see a comrade here by name David. Please, if you're coming up, kindly come up, please. Let's get this done with so we can all go to bed. Don Kingston. We have the DSG in the house. Oh, I didn't see him. We have Comrade Edwin Gang in the house. We have Honorable Isaac. Okay, he's from Bridge. We have Comrade John Fru. Comrade John Fru. Thank God there is no Nzi there. So please come up. Comrade Martin. Yeah, Martin. We see you, sir. Oh, wait a minute. Why is everybody so quiet, though?
I think I've done
Everybody
already.
has Nicodemusly just...
Yeah, somebody's talking?
Yeah, she just called my name. I said I was the one that the people that you recently.
Oh,
yeah,
okay, John Fu. Okay.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm just right now trying to forward it to Comrade Queen. That's what I'm trying to do right now.
Yeah,
All
that's fine.
Good, beautiful.
Thank you, sir.
This is the original Abako.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thanks for coming up.
I will be sending $100 to the chairman of missions.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, please do.
The original Abakwaman.
Yes,
sir. Pa Sharif, are you in the house? Oliver Twist, are you there? And please, if you don't feel comfortable, we have a message in the forum. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a paper handle. I don't know if we can flag that somewhere.
Most of those people are sending it to the missions, and if we have somebody who is not in a mission, they will indicate and they will just provide them with the means. Okay, I don't want to be calling people because I don't want to make anybody feel embarrassed. This was supposed to be a voluntary donation, so if you're not in the spirit to give this evening or you've fallen asleep, it is okay. We will move forward because we don't want to hold down this program because of this fundraiser. So, Chairman, I'll hand it back to you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. If you leave this place and you're still touched, that you need to get this book down to our common people. We need communicators to be able to dissect this book because this work is an intellectual work, and so to get people, influencers, to carry this message across, it takes a lot, and to get it across to the world where it's supposed to land, and to excite the international world, it takes some money. And so if after this you're touched, get in touch with any of the officials here and make your contribution. It will gladly reach us. We are an organization of accountability. So when you give to any of us, Don't be afraid. It will do the right work. It will go to where it's supposed to be, to get to. So in that light, we will hand over to our able VP to give us a closing remark, and then we'll go celebrating this day, the great launch. Happy Independence, Ambazonia Independence Manifesto launch day. We will celebrate because it's a milestone. It's a great achievement. We've done it. What we thought was impossible, it has been done, and let's run with it and make it a reality. Because this document ushers in the building of the institutions, the right institutions that will take Ambazonia into the future. We are sick and tired of waiting for other people to get us to where we want to be. We are building the kind of nation that we want, and so this document gives us. And we have started by presenting to you the policy documents of various departments. We had the health department, which they presented a very beautiful health policy for Ambazonia. We had the finance and economy, who presented a blueprint, an economic blueprint for the Ambazonian people, and many other departments that will come. You have education, you have communication, you have local administration, you have all of that. We will be bringing them to you in panel discussions, just to build the institutions that we need to usher in the new dawn, to usher in the new the sunrise that has risen on Ambazonia today. Mr. VP, without too much of time, we hand it back to you to close this ceremony. Hello, VP. Hello, doctor.
I think
VP.
he's trying to unmute. I've just asked for him to unmute.
Okay, all right. VP, can you hear us? VP, you're muted. Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me?
We hear you, Chairman. 5 on 5.
Okay.
No, we can hear you. We are waiting to hear from the VP.
Okay, all right. Now you have the PayPal account, which is flattered on our screens. Please have it and make your contribution anytime you feel like it's time for you to do it, or when you have liquidity. You have the PayPal account. Drop in something into that account, and it will be put to good use.
I think the VP is not on seat right now. Maybe he's been called to something else. If the VP is not on seat, I will kindly call on the SG to close us for the night.
That's right. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. Thank you. Yes. SG, the floor is yours, sir.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished invitees, friends of Ambazonia who have come to celebrate this day with us. We want to round off this solemn occasion that it's a journey, it's a process that we have begun, and that will take us step by step to arrive at our destination. It's taken us a couple of years to be where we are today, but we believe that this milestone will bring Amazonian leaders together to understand that our journey is one and will always be one now and forever. We want to thank the various Ambazonian leaders who have come in here today. We want to thank especially our brothers from Biafra, led by the Prime Minister of Biafra, who have been here today, and the guest speakers who have been able to eloquently present the case for Ambazonia this evening. Fellow Ambazonians, our journey has never been a simple one, but as a people, resilient and determined and always ready to make those very important steps, we are ready for the future and we are ready to deliver for our people. We've made that solemn promise, and that promise requires us to put in more efforts and to be able to make sure that every Ambazonian, whether in jail, in the bigger jail of the world, or in the prisons of collaborators of the zoo that operates in Yaoundé, we will be able to move together and achieve our purpose. We want to end this evening by also making it clear that some of the people who have allied with Yaoundé in order for us to derail our journey to our homeland, we have taken notes and we will never forget. Anybody who is holding our leaders captive will remain forever indebted to the people of Ambazonia until they come forward to apologize. Thank you very much for your time this day and for making sure that we make this milestone together. Our freedom is in our hands, and the journey will never be a walk in the park. But if we hold the line, we will make it all together. I wish everybody a good evening and good night wherever you find yourself. Thank you very much, and God bless each and every one.
Thank you very much, my Ebo SG. You said everything, and we just want to thank every one of you who is here. I mean, we still have almost 40 persons here for over 3.5 hours or more. And so we cannot thank you enough for more than 4 hours, and you're still here. That's because you truly love to see Ambazonia free. So we want to thank you for your time, your sacrifice, and to all those who contributed. We want to say thank you. May God replenish you, and those who will still be supporting. To our Biafran brothers, we say thank you for staying with us to the end. So thank you all very much. Like we say, long live Ambazonia, but strong, short live the struggle of the people of Ambazonia. Chairman, hand it back to you. Okay, it seems the chairman also is gone.
I said thank you. God bless Ambazonia. God bless you all.
God bless you all, everyone. Have a good night.
Hail this land of glory, we the Ambazonians, nation. Glory to glory, we rise and never to fall. Here in a nation, flowing with earth and holy. Glory, glory, glory to the Father for making you a nation, a joy forevermore. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live and continue in our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of His nation. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty in our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of His name.